And is it starting? It always has a lag. Okay.
There we go.
Yay. All right. So welcome to Threads of Wisdom. We are on week
22.
22. Wow. I do it every time. Wow.
I know, right?
Every time it's like a surprise. Guess what next week will be? Week
Does
23.
this go on? Like, will you continue it? Because I missed a few weeks, so I had to shift my nap time.
We
It'll be recycled next year.
Next year, it's every Wednesday for a full year straight.
Awesome.
And then we start over again next year and do it.
Sweet. Good. So, then I'll be able to get all the cards I miss.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, there's Lysander.
Yep.
Hello. We're recording.
Doctor.
So
it's dinner time. Threads of Wisdom.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be cooking and be in and out, and Daniel had to go get B, but
yep.
All right. Well, we're gonna start.
All right.
So welcome to Threads of Wisdom. We are children of the Crossroads. I am Lola Stardust, the High Priestess of the Coven.
I'm Silent as Stardust, the High Priest.
We have Lysander there under Derek.
He is our summoner.
He's our summoner. And Threads of Wisdom was created by the Golden Thread Grove in Idaho. It is a teaching tool for your year and a day pagan basics. Each week that you attend, I'm sorry, I got food in my teeth. You will receive an image of the topic we discussed. And Golden Thread Grove has requested that these images not be distributed to anyone that has not participated in a discussion on a particular topic. At the end of the year, you will have 52 cards that you can use as a divination tool.
We call it your Wicked Decks.
The Wicked Decks.
Pokemon fans out there.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to get started with our topic. I'll put the image up. And I think I do window and
photo. Is there up one? Down one.
Ah. All right. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I see it.
I will zoom in. So we're going to talk about where'd it go? The case of the disappearing chalice. Oh,
I've heard of chalices hiding things, but never disappearing themselves.
Isn't that weird? It doesn't. What the heck you doing? What? Okay, sorry. That was really weird.
It was being weird.
It was magic. Go ahead and take a look at this picture. And go ahead and speak when you're ready, or you can type in chat.
Are you able to see it?
Yeah. And tell me what thoughts it provokes, what feelings you get from it. And I'm gonna stuff my face while you guys look at it.
I'm gonna do both.
No, I apparently can only eat and not look at something. That's what I eat.
Well, the chalice always screams femininity to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just female. It's the full cup. It's a burgeoning breast. We'll blame that as a boyfriend.
And like, sorry, go ahead.
No.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Latera.
Oh, I thought she was finished, but like, I was thinking the cup, I was agreeing with her. Like, I think of it as a female thing, and like it being a womb.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like the
You know.
cup is to the female.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I just dripped watermelon all down my shirt, so I look cool. This chalice brings to mind very ritual, like the part of the ritual that we do the cakes and ale and the chalice and the blade.
Yeah, I get a very regal feel from this one. You know, this isn't your everyday chalice or drinking cup. This is for very special moments when you're really wanting to honor the deity goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could use it as a bludgeon, it looks like, too.
This is true.
You know, it was Lola in the
Definitely.
kitchen with the chalice who did the murder.
You're hilarious.
What? I mean, the base of that thing is ridiculous.
I know. It is.
No, it looks like something you would see like in a high ceremonial ritual of some sort, like, you know, mass.
Yeah, it's very Catholic.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And since he said it, it could be used as a weapon. I see strength in it too.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with that.
Mm-hmm.
If the chalice is to the female, then this is a thick girl right here.
That song, Fat Bottom Girls.
Right?
Uh,
Make-
She's all about that bass.
Yep. Anyone else want to go?
Well, yeah, revisiting strength. It says threads of wisdom. There's strength in wisdom.
Mhm.
And I see it as it's a very masculine symbol for a chalice, but I see it as more ritual and worshiping deity
Yeah.
more than probably any other aspect.
Yeah, I don't, in this particular picture and the feeling I get from it, I don't get the concept of, I'm not getting the concept of the liquid feminine part. I get a very ritualistic feeling from this. But again, that's shows the importance in what most traditional circles do. They do incorporate that in their ritual at some point.
Right.
And unlike some of the pictures, I'll see a shadow. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is casting shadow. Yeah.
That's interesting because I've never noticed that, but now that you say it, you're right. You don't see shadow very often.
Yeah.
Wow, what an observation.
I don't know. It does show the shadow.
And the reflection on the actual metal on the opposite side of the shadow looks like it's coming from a candle.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
it does. So the reflective surface, the shadow of it, because there is a mystery to. I also feel that it's you put it in the West for water. That's your mysteries and your intuition and that darker part. So I could see the representation on that. Okay, I'm gonna take it down. Take it down.
I'm not very good at the numerology. I'm still learning it. So, what is the 22?
Oh, it's just the 22nd card in the series.
22nd weekly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Okay.
Oh. All right. Oops. Sorry, guys. All right. Chalice. Let's talk about the chalice. So we did mention being receptive. It is the represents sometimes the womb or that feminine aspect. What other things do you think of? What words do you think of when you hear the word chalice? As I spit everywhere.
I see it as a receptacle, receiving energy or intentions or whatever, but it seems like more of a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I always see it as full and then overflowing the brim. I don't know why, but that's how I always visualize the chalice. Like it's being filled, and then what it's being filled with is flowing over the edge.
Yeah, it's never lacking. It's always of abundance.
Abundance.
Yeah, exactly. Abundance.
I like that. I like
You
that.
know what? I think I do as well. When you think about it, I
My
always think-
cuppeth overfloweth. Yeah.
If you're doing it right, hers will.
Ba-dum-bum.
I don't know. I get sort of an association with the Grail, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
Of
still
course.
mystery in that. There's mystery in the Grail, and
'Tis but a scratch.
we were just talking about.
I'm so sorry, I had to.
We were just talking about. Sorry, my allergies. Cat hair in the nose again. The
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones movie where they find the Holy Grail, and they have to pick which one it is. So which cup would Jesus have drank out of? And the people are picking the most ornate looking ones, and he's like, you chose wrong or whatever, and then
You have chosen.
you have chosen poorly, and then their like face explodes or something. I can't remember. But then Indiana Jones picks the right one, and it's just Popper's
A little wooden cup.
little wooden cup, and
Yeah,
so
because his father was a wood carver, wasn't he? Wasn't
oh,
he?
carpenter, yeah.
Yeah, a carpenter. So yeah, he would have had a simple wooden cup.
So think about that concept, even though it's a movie, but think about that Holy Grail and what that represents, not just in Christianity, but what we talk about. That is, we call the cup, the cauldron of Carowin, the cup of the wine of life, the Holy Grail of immortality, in the charge of the goddess. Because when you drink from that, and there is a,
You're drinking of goddess. You're drinking of femininity.
You're-
You're drinking of Mother Earth.
you're taking in the goddess, you're taking in that knowledge and those mysteries, those answers. So I think that a cup representing so much of that, it goes across a lot of different religions and beliefs.
It really does. I think most faiths use a cup in some form or another in their ritual.
Well, it's a good part of it's a big part of communion, drinking the blood of Christ, but it's also, if you think about it, it symbolizes communion in a way of communal,
Yeah, it's community to me. It's
bringing community together, drinking together, sharing.
we all partake of the same nourishment within. We're all bringing in the goddess's love and her protection, and we're sharing it as a group and circle. When you're getting to, whoa, well, there we go again.
What?
It wants to show the chalice. Goddess, like, put me on camera. It just,
Can you guys
Your
still see
computer?
us?
Has gremlins. Yes, we can see you, dear.
Wow, because our computer just decided to switch back to the picture of the chalice. I didn't touch anything, or
goddess was being honored, and she's like, yes, I am.
she's like, show the chalice again, damn it.
Show my burgeoning cup.
Yes. But yes, there's and if you think about even the simplest act of sharing a drink with someone or making a toast, there's something very communal about cups. And I'm not just talking about these cups. Sorry, I'm so sorry I couldn't.
Never apologize for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. What does it represent? So it's what element, obviously, does it represent?
Oh, water. I'm going
Water.
with water.
The blood of your enemies, of course.
The blood of your enemies. Absolutely.
Yes.
So what does that represent as an element?
Emotion,
Water.
mystery.
Yeah,
Nice.
emotion, mystery, depth.
Yep.
in life.
Intuition.
Intuition, initiation.
Knowledge.
What is wrong with
And
you?
knowledge and wisdom are not always the same thing.
I'm sorry, what did you say? My husband was being dirty.
I said knowledge and wisdom aren't always the same thing.
That's absolutely true. Wisdom is something I think that you can't.
Experience.
Yeah, you experience. I think
Knowledge you
knowledge
learned,
is-
experience you, or
Go ahead.
no, I'll be quiet.
No, I'm not being a smartass.
Okay, wisdom is experience, knowledge is read and
And learned.
learned.
I can see that. Yes, that's what we were saying.
This is what happens when a Gemini has Mercury retrograde.
You should have
Words hard.
Wow.
It happens. It happens to the best of them. So, do you feel in your craft, what are ways, I mean, we've talked about it, but what are ways that you work with a chalice, a cup in your craft?
I like to pour my offering
Oh,
in
yeah.
the chalice when I'm doing different things.
Oh,
That's
okay.
one way I work with the chalice.
So, like an offering. And,
yeah, like the first sip.
Oh, that's awesome.
I give them the first sip.
Oh, I like that. See, we always make our offering after we
give them the last.
we give the we actually go to our fae tree and make an offering because we work with a lot of fairies. Well, we don't mean to, but they just like us. They've followed me my whole life. But all kinds of fairies. Never mind.
We can't say that in this day and age.
I was gonna say fairies, the ones that are in our backyard and fly. Anyway, your brain needs to be.
That's what we do too. We make our offering after the ritual.
Yeah, we make an offering after. We put whatever's left on the plate and whatever's left in the chalice. We try to leave a little and then go to our fairy tree and make that offering.
Yeah, we always put one extra cake and we always leave ale.
So I just had this image. Is that so? That's kind of the same concept too, as when, you know, it's a kind of a hip hop culture thing, but when someone would pass away, they would. Do you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
would
enough
pour
for
drink out for the homies.
pour
Yeah, I
drink
know
out for the
exactly what you're
homies.
talking
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it.
And even though we kind of laugh and go, okay, yo, but they're doing what we do.
Yeah,
It's
they're-
making
they're
an
Right.
They're honoring their ancestor or their friend or
or whoever. Yeah.
who's important to them.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Oh yeah. Well, it's you know, I see. I'm a child of the '80s, you know, and I see so the rap videos of the '80s and stuff like that. They did that a lot, you know, and so it was kind of this like, oh come on, knock it off. But then, you know, as I've gotten older, I'm like, wait, I now get what they're doing. Like, it's more meaningful. Anything else you guys want to add about the chalice?
Well, I use my chalice to make thunder water. So
How do you
taking
do that?
oh, well, you take the water and you put it in a chalice, and it has to be on the eclipse of the full moon, so it has to be a full eclipse. And you take water and you place it out so it catches the rays of the eclipse. So I usually use a mirror to make sure that I'm reflecting the eclipse into the water, and it makes blessed water more powerful because you're reflecting the light of the eclipse of the full eclipse of the full moon into the water. So that's
That's a
thunder
really
water.
good idea.
Well, you could do it on the 10th of this month with our next eclipse. If
We're
you
supposed,
wanna try
to have, no,
this.
we're supposed to have a solar,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a solar. We had the lunar
Yeah.
a few weeks back. Or a week or so
Yeah.
ago.
Okay, I was trying to keep track. We've had what a crazy so many
Celestial event.
eclipses and supermoons and
Well, it makes it
But-
crazy powerful blessed water, so it's great for banishments, purifications, that sort of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I do something similar to that as well. I get water from a natural spring that's not too far from my house, and I use a chalice for that. And I add a few herbs and salt water or salt into it, and then I leave it out under a full moon to make basically, you know, the equivalent of holy water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I do that too. That's blessed water.
Yeah.
Exactly. The we call the water from the eclipse of the full moon the thunder water because it's stronger.
You can I'm so sorry, guys. I feel like I'm being so rude. Just eat, but I'm very hungry.
Oh,
and
honey.
I love running this discussion. I didn't want to cancel because dinner's late. So,
Oh, no.
and maybe we're making this look really good too, because it's really good. My husband's a great cook. He's a priest of Hestia over here. He cooks
See, my-
wonderful food.
My recipe for Thunderwater includes yeast and grains.
So whiskey,
I enjoyed that
Or
manner of underwater.
beer,
My,
ale.
Ale,
Mhm.
ale or mead.
my job used to be to stir the mash.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm.
We also add salt to our water and bless it. You can cleanse certain crystals in your water, in your cup.
I think of peace with the chalice because you have tea in it, we have wine, things that are calming and allow us to relax.
Mm.
And that's that motherly, once again, feeling of we're always most comfortable with a lot of us for our moms. When we're sick, we want to call our mom. We want to be baby like our mom did when we were little.
One thing I forgot with him mentioning the barley, etc. You actually are supposed to put alcohol in the Thunderwater.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I was gonna say I made like holy water one time and it caused for like Everclear or something like that.
So neutral grain spirits, huh?
Yeah.
To keep it pure, yeah.
That's as pure as it's gonna get.
Keep anything from growing in it, or yeah. I don't know. It seems like everyone fills the chalice with something before ritual, and there's usually cakes as well, right? And
Yeah.
part of that is just basic hospitality. You're inviting these spirits, these gods, whatever, in, and here's something to drink and something to eat.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's that hospitality, communal feeling again.
That welcoming effect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite an ancient practice. I mean, as far back as man has existed, we have always honored our guests. And one way to honor your guests is to make sure that they're comfortable. They got some food to eat, they got something to drink.
Yep.
And it's actually a very, very old practice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
always have something to serve a guest when they come to my home.
Mm-hmm.
Always offer them the refreshment first.
Yes.
Yes. Oh gosh, cat hair.
And then, you can even go so far as to say that there's another side of that too, where the guest comes with a gift as well, or some kind of contribution to the
Well,
occasion.
Yep.
Yeah.
A way to thank you for having them come, be invited over.
Yeah.
Yep. Any other ways that you guys work with a chalice in any kind of ritual or cleanse or?
It's funny. I just wanted to say it's funny how many of these, things that we just do every day are actually rooted in ancient tradition. Like
Right.
the act of offering a guest food and beverage when they come to your home. Like,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder, how far back does that go? Like, how long has
The,
mankind been
the
doing that?
unspoken rules of hospitality and reciprocity in general are how we created society. Without it, we wouldn't
Exactly.
have ever been able to sit down at the same table.
And there's something to be said about that. And that's what I like about these discussions, because now when I work with the chalice again, I'm going to think of all these things, the hospitality and the communal feeling, rather than, because sometimes you just do things where you do it so many times you forget why you're doing it,
Mhm.
right?
It becomes
Yeah,
routine.
It's a
exactly.
routine.
And like in ancient times, food and drink, that was life. It's like you were offering life, which
Yeah.
is maybe where, in the Christian belief, the body and blood comes in, like the offering of life.
Mhm.
Yeah. exactly.
Well, communion is sort of a nod to the same root in hospitality. And
I mean, I believe the Catholic Church took a lot of their rituals from pagan beliefs in order to convert their followers.
yeah.
well, so the Christians converted most of pagan Europe, but along the way, the pagans converted them too. A lot of what they do.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of their
anyone
rituals.
stop doing it, so they just said, okay, that's part of us too now.
Yeah. But they've been such long-standing traditions that if you are of some sort of faith or,
Mm.
you know, it's recognizable. You're going to recognize this cup that you drink out of and what that's going to represent on so many different levels.
Right, because in my sociology of religion class, we had the chance to actually learn a lot about different denominations.
Mm-hmm.
And I would guarantee you almost probably 80% of them have some kind of cup in their ritual practices.
Comparative spirituality, that when I took that, it was the same thing there. You found the common things that they did ritual wise, the theology, the stories, the creation myths, everything. Yeah.
Well, if you go back far enough to the really ancient offering sites, they used stones with large divots in them to collect liquid offerings.
Mm.
So even when they weren't making cups, they still had cups.
Yeah. So here we've touched upon it, but it's a big part also of ritual for Lot is the fact that it does represent the womb. We
Mhm.
do the great rite
Mhm.
with our chalice and our blade. Why am I doing this so many times?
I don't know. That's not how it works. It's more like this.
So
We do the great rite all the time too without our chalice or our blade, but
we know that the popes have 100 children.
we only have 5. Come on now.
I would say 100. Anything more than 2 is 100 kids to me. Yeah, so we actually do it for a symbolic great rite. There are covens that practice the actual Heroes Gamos. Yes. Great rite. Everyone knows what the great rite is.
When they have sex, right?
Yes.
In
Yes.
actuality.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Cool. I thought you meant.
It's bringing the god and the goddess together.
Yes.
To create life,
I
It's
just
so-
have
joy,
to say,
Yeah.
all things.
when children are in groups of 3 or more, they shall multiply. They multiply in sound, they multiply in disaster.
Yes, they do. So that's a big part of it too, is and like I said, there are some covens that actually do that. Our coven, we do not. We do the symbolic, we do the chalice and the blade. But there's nothing wrong with covens that actually do it. It's just
Your tradition, your practice.
your tradition, your practice. So yeah, a lot of covens do skyclad rituals. We do not, because we are in a small house and we have kids that will wander out. And I mean, seeing their mom and dad naked is one thing, but seeing a whole circle of naked people might kind of freak them out a little.
Might be traumatized. I mean,
It could-
just a little bit.
But they would probably just go,
Uh,
yeah, that looks about right.
Unless you're raised like me in a group of hippies on a commune, nudity is just not something that most people are accustomed to. Me, I walk into a room of naked people, I don't even look twice.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's how you grew up. I mean, our kids have seen enough of nudity because we do live in a small house. There's no privacy. We have walked in on each other many times, going to the bathroom, taking shower, whatever, getting dressed. So it's not a big deal, but we just don't practice skyclad. It's just, again, it's a personal choice. We go to other skyclad.
Yeah, we have no practice one is skyclad.
Going to festival skyclad rituals are amazing.
Perhaps if we had the space, we may.
Maybe someday when we have more space, and
Or
kids
less
are out
children.
of the house, more space or less
I've
children.
been to a few skyclad rituals. They're always fun.
They're awesome. Yeah.
It's just a different energy you get, and it's not. You have to experience it to understand.
Yeah. But yeah, the great rite, that is that I think it's a great symbology for that, for the chalice and the blade. The blade or the chalice plays the big part in that. Has anyone ever been, I mean, you don't have to answer this question because it might be, there's sometimes there's privacy rules. Has anyone been in a circle where, or they've seen or attended an event where there's been an actual great rite?
I have, yes.
Miracle said yes.
A planned one. I've been to ones where they're not
Oh, wow.
Yes, a
Yes,
planned
that
one,
is-
yes.
That's a different
And
kind of-
that was actually every full moon ritual, that is what they did.
Okay.
where? Who did?
It was a circle I was with in Vancouver in the early 80s.
Okay.
And every full moon ritual, that's what they did.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about consent and respect.
Yep.
Yes, yes. And it was the priest and the priestess, and they were married, and yeah.
Yeah. There's also covens where they have high priest and priestess that aren't married that do that, and that's the only time that they have that interaction. That kind of intimacy is in ritual only. They are not dating outside. They do not. They even they had like other, they were in relationships with people. So I mean, there's all kinds of ways. As long as there's consent and nobody gets hurt, I think the great rite literally is
It's great.
it's great,
Yeah.
right?
Folks are willing.
Yes.
I just cracked myself up. It's great, right?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, bro, it's great, right? All right. So, anything else you guys want to say before we go visit Madame Zola?
Poor Marcus is probably just shaking his head. What the fuck did I get into this week?
We've missed you, Marcus.
Yes. Yeah, I've been gone for a while. One time I forgot, and the
Yeah.
couple other times I was out of town, so it didn't work out. Hopefully it will now.
Well,
Well,
But,
we're happy to have you back. We've been like, I hope Marcus comes back.
Yes. Well,
And
thank
aren't
you.
you glad you did? Because you get
Oh,
to
yes.
see this and
You don't hear these kind of conversations just anywhere.
no, you don't.
maybe you guys don't. Just
And for conversation in our house. Club Stardust.
Love it. That's awesome.
All right, so we're gonna
Yeah.
go. You go to see Madame Zola, and you're like, Madame Zola, and she's like, yes, my child. I just don't know who this Madame Zola is, but I love her.
we figured out it's a hybrid of you and Zeta.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's my coven sister. It's Madame Zola, Zeta and Lola. So you go to Madame Zola, you're like, I need a 1-card draw. And to say, basically this card is gonna be where I'm at right now, what I need to do. It represents me right now. And she's like, yes, here you go. And you get the Chalice card. What do you think that means for you right now?
That's a positive card. For me right now, it would be a positive card speaking of abundance, and I'd be relieved to see it because I'm struggling financially right now. So that for me would be hope that maybe, things are going to lighten up and get better.
Awesome. I like that.
Rest.
Rest. You see the cup as rest. So
Yeah.
like comfort,
Like
relax.
you need to take it easy. You need to relax. You need to rest. For me, water is a very calming thing. Like, remember how I talked about going and sitting by the river
Yes. Yeah.
every week?
Yeah.
Because it fills me up.
Yeah.
And so that to me, because it's affiliated with water
Yeah.
and
It's a
that's
calming.
what
It's
It's
relaxed.
a calm thing.
See, I love it. This is why we
Yeah, and
do-
I'm not real good at this, but the feeling that I get is like life and rejuvenation.
I agree. That's what I think of too. For the most part.
Is that Zeta?
Yes.
Ah,
That's what I heard.
I came home. I got home.
have you
Hi.
been here this whole time?
No, just a couple minutes.
Oh, are you on Derek's mic?
Yes, I am.
Okay. That's okay. I'm like, where is she? I hear her.
Well, we're in
I-
the same room.
Yeah, I figured. Go ahead.
Well,
Simon.
kind of. You're outside right now.
I got
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
I drink and I know
Okay,
things.
period.
So we're Tyrion Lannister. I drink and I know things, is what my husband said he gets from this.
For me, I get that I need to recharge my batteries.
Ah,
Yep, in charge.
there you go. Yeah. I get, if this card was drawn for me right now, today, at this moment, I would look at it as my cup is full. Keep filling my cup. Kind of abundance. Kind of the same thing that I think Miracle was saying.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Does not appear to be.
No,
All
I
right.
get the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abundance. My cup overfloweth.
Right.
I like that. I like that saying too. Because it's not just in material, it's in just your life.
In
It's
feel-
good.
in the feeling.
It's the key to happiness.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
really truly is, because if you can sit down and you can think of 5 things that you are grateful for, even if you're in a bad mood, that can totally change your day,
That's why we do devotionals.
right?
Yeah, that's a big part of why it's important to do devotionals. And do your five gratitudes, what your intent for the day is, and you're asking the goddess to hear that. And yeah, it makes a huge difference. Sometimes, during the pandemic, this is a little off topic. Sometimes during the pandemic, when it was really bad, when we were first shut down, and I had stuff going on with my dad and just everything, the world was just it was hard to find gratitudes. So we would say, I'm grateful to still have gratitudes, because if we
Right.
could at least name one.
Yeah, if you can find one thing to be grateful for to start off your day, it puts the whole day in a new light.
It does.
I try
It
to
really
read
does.
devotionals every morning.
Yeah. If I don't attend an ATC one, we do ones with our coven. We did one outside, me and Silenus today, just him and I went outside and sat and listened to our fountain and sat in the beautiful, it was early and it was lovely, and it was really nice.
It wasn't hot yet.
It wasn't hot yet. It wasn't 100 degrees. All right. So I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and put the picture in the thing. I'll email it to you.
Oh, no.
Oh, you got it. You got it on your phone. That's right. Look at her. She's fancy schmancy.
Fancy.
Ariel gets to experience the Stardust family in person. You will know if she was afraid of us if she doesn't ever come back to another podcast again.
Oh,
No, we fed her good. That's how we bring them in.
Right.
We've got good food in mind.
food and the drink. Go. This privilege.
It's the hospitality, you guys. That's right, because I haven't put it up yet,
Oh
Miss
my
Patient
goodness.
Pants.
It's not fair.
Now it is. All right. All of you, let me know again if you cannot download the image. Please put your email address. And then, oh my God, my dogs are whining because there's food on the table and they're not getting any. They are babies.
Good, or you can just have your Lisa send it to you directly.
All right. So if we have helped facilitate a spiritual experience for you today, please consider donating to Children of the Crossroads ATC to help fund events like this. Your gifts of any amount are greatly appreciated, and donations may be tax deductible, as Children of the Crossroads ATC is a 501c3 nonprofit. You can make your donations to the 2 links. Can't get it? All right, Marcus, I'll get it emailed out to you. Also, hopefully we're going to start doing more public things. It also helps with that as well. So we appreciate you guys so much. Next week, same bat channel, same bat time, we're going to talk about the pentacle, which is my favorite. 'Cause it's earthy.
One more thing about a chalice, if you
Yeah.
get a second.
Yeah,
I actually have two. One that I don't get to use it very often because I do most everything by myself. It's a silver chalice that would be used in ritual.
yeah.
I also have one that I got from a friend of mine. He's archdruid in Ireland named Adge. And it's made out of 6,000-year-old bog oak. And it's a wood chalice,
Wow.
but it's jet black. And I use it. In fact, the only thing I use it for is scrying in the chalice.
That's another thing
Oh,
that, you
Right.
working with the cup, also a bowl, but I mean, a bowl is essentially a big cup. But yeah. Doing scrying with that. Yeah.
My
Awesome.
chalice is
I
actually
want to learn to scry.
You know, it's if you just like, it's hard to explain. I think it's easy for me. It's easy to do,
It's a meditative state.
but you have to kind of have that. Did you ever look at those magic eye books?
The 3D eyes where you have to
Mhm.
eyes to be able to see the.
That you got to kind of have that kind of way that you're looking at it.
Yeah, it's
You.
the way that I do it, and the way that I was taught in the shamanic tradition. You have to first take your eyes out of focus. You know, it's like when you look at a crystal ball,
Yep.
you can't focus anywhere. And what that does is it helps the quiet the chatter inside your mind. You know, we're constantly talking to ourselves in our head.
Oh,
it's
God.
it's hard not to. Once that stops, that's when your other senses open up.
Exactly.
I use the same technique to read auras.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. I have a hard time doing auras sometimes because I've mentioned this before. All I see is two colors, and they're not even really colors. You're either chaotic. It's too much, and it looks like lightning bolts are like little tiny like you're getting electrocuted. Like that's if someone has chaotic energy. That's what I see. Everything else, if I don't see that, I figure you're not in chaos right now.
I can feel the color, but I can't necessarily always see it.
Really?
If that makes
Interesting.
sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
The person has
No,
to
it
have
freaks
a
me out.
blank wall behind them. For
Sorry,
me,
what was that?
the person has to have like a blank color or space behind them for me to read an aura. If there's things behind them, like if it's too busy, I'm not able to see the aura. They actually have to be like a wall or the skyline or a beach or whatever, some negative space behind them.
I can sense like, my colors never match the colors in the book. And I get like a feeling from different colors. Like I'll
Yeah.
see either like pastels or darks or something like that. You know what I mean?
So you see
Glitter or, I don't know. I just,
the color, but you see the soft and the darks.
yes.
Yeah. That's kind of like me too,
Instinctive.
because it's if you're just it's harsh.
And it's
And-
never just one color. It's like a blend of colors.
Yeah.
I don't.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys, we love having you guys. I love these topics so much. I'm going to say it every time.
Yep.
I love doing this. We love doing this, and we really appreciate you guys showing up and just being here, so we're not talking to just each other.
We can do
But
it.
it's entertaining watching you talk to each other.
Tell me about the chalice. Is the chalice a cup?
And it represents the feminine divine.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Is it this?
Well,
It's
that-
like this. And
That
it's
pretty
moist.
much sums it up.
And it's moist. And I'm gonna stop recording. This happens every time. We just get.
Deteriorate at the end.
It does. It does. Say bye to the recording. Bye, recording.
Recording.